5, diverted East Coast mainline service to London King's Cross.
Okay, on my last video of the level crossing works that I did, people commented that the barrier sequence was all wrong. It was, the reason being, when the module came back with the modifications, I put the plugs in the wrong way around underneath the board. So I've put them the right way around, so I'll just give a quick demo on the correct sequence of barriers, the way they come down basically, which should be the driver side first. I've done some more detail on the level crossing here. I've added this double floodlight here. I've painted this grey. It came white. It's from China, and it's ideal for the level crossing to illuminate it at night. It does light up. I've got to wire it up at the moment. It comes with a resistor. So this has been spray painted grey, and I've bent the lights up a little bit to throw the light on the actual level crossing itself. Just a little addition there, so all this needs wiring at the moment, but all the detail matters. And on the back of the level crossing here to the left hand side, just add a bit more foliage and overgrown weeds and bushes, etc. Just for that little area, just finishes it off really well. And I like doing that. It just gives a bit of an artistic license, if you like, just to finish that little corner piece off. Okay, opposite to the level crossing, I've done a bit more scenic work. So two of these houses, these semi-detached houses of 1970s origin, I've fitted them down here, a little cul-de-sac. So I did a little road here with some static grass in, put the line side fence at the end, and fitted these two houses. So the detailing's not started really on this yet properly. These were off the corner piece of the last layout. It finished sort of around here, so I've had three of these. I think one may have to be sold on eBay, but these two snuck in quite nicely in this area here. So I've done a bit of paving and a road surface here as well. And if we take it around the back, I've done a back garden scene. I just started this, so it's got the fencing around here which I'm going to finish off, and the back garden scene here, little shed. It's got a little walkway at the back, not quite big enough for a drive, but that's the end house plot, and that's the other plot at the side. I've done a little patio feature down there, and they just fit in very nicely. So that what I've had before, I ripped up the old stage of the layout to extend it, and just fits in really nicely there, especially the fencing, finishing that off. For the scene towards the level crossing there. What I've not mentioned before in the video while I've been doing the level crossing shoots is this signal box. I think it's a Type 15 or Type 5. It's from Embankment, an excellent model. I think these were built in the 1950s for wood panelling and brick. What I'm going to do here is detail inside and illuminate it as well. So I just think that finishes off that level crossing scene really well. At the side there. So I've not really mentioned this before, but I got that from Worthing recently, and yeah, good little signal box. I just think it's got the character for that corner piece there where the level crossing is. It's got the stairs coming down as well. A bit more work to do on there, and I've static grassed all around the areas here with the control box as well for the level crossing. So that's going to be illuminated and some detailing put in there. It's quite a big window in there, so obviously to see the two sides of the tracks. And I've got to put some some signal box names on there. Not decided what that's going to be yet, but that's going to be fitted. To the right hand side of the layout, I've constructed this embankment, which is made from the Celotex insulation board material. I've sculptured that and shaped it, etc., and heavily statically grassed it, which I've lacquered over and re-static grassed again, and done a lighter layer of static grass on the top. What I wanted here, as this approaches the cement works, as in real life railways, they cut through hills or tunnel them and chopped away at different sections, and I don't want this to be a flat board, a little bit boring, so I want a few contours in here. So it didn't take that long to do, really, a few weeks, but it opens this area up quite well. So I've had a few little bushes and shrubs around the top end there, and various colours of static grass, a bit of lavender in there as well, and I quite like that. It just gives it a bit more character towards cement works. This is a view from the south end. As you can see, it just makes the layout more characteristic down there. I kept the top fairly clear because I may want to do some filming when I'm doing the loco shots, etc. So I put the camera on there and balance it or something like that. Maybe take that tree down actually, but be good for filming, so I'm probably going to leave that on the top there as it is. This side here, don't know what I'm going to do at the bottom side here. Whether to put a load of bushes in there or a little stream going through, I'm not sure yet. Maybe a few more bushes on there. So I've done quite a few layers of static grass here to give it some character. So again, it's just taken a different dimension now that's been put in. And quite a very cheap job to do as well. Okay, just show you this cable trunking I've added here. This is from 10 Commandments. I've been sort of working slowly on this since probably November or October last year. So I've added various bits. It's quite a long length. So we go down here. That now goes into the side of the embankment there and continues all the way down to the level crossing area just here and beyond, which I've got to do yet. Where the wires are here, let's get some proper lights. I've just coloured in the cables where the trunking box has been opened up or vandalised or just weathered, etc. So where you've got the wires, like there, I've just coloured those in as black cables with a felt pen. Seems to work. So again, just that little bit of detail. Got to weather all this as well. That's been going on for a while, that trunking. So again, you see that the line side of railways. That is the swing up bridge I featured a couple of months ago that I put here. It lifts out to get underneath. We're entering the garage for the layout. This is my latest project. I've started work on the cutting here. So I've done nearly one side, not quite completed yet. This is basically just Celotex, which I've cut out carefully to make it like a rock face, dry brushed and weathered, and stuck on various bits of plants and bushes and static grass, and I'm quite happy with the result of this. It's come out really well. Just put the bottom there, which is not quite finished yet, little support embankment there, which is made out of stone. So that's going to curve round, as you can see there. The track's going to be weathered there at the moment, but this took not too long to do actually. So follow this round. This section here has got to be sort of added a few more bushes and static grass. Just started work on that recently. It's been a bit cold in here, so just follow that round, and I'm quite chuffed with that. So that goes to the end here. As you can see here, that bit's almost completed. So use various techniques for that, mainly dry brushing. Added an array of colours to make it more realistic. And where it dissipates here, I've added that little signal box which I had bought last year sometime. And I just wanted to blend in with the back scene there, which it does. So I've moved that further back. Got a little lamp hut there. And that's the piece there which merges in with the long sidings down here. So a little bit more to do there, just a bit of detailing, bushes, maybe a couple of trees in there, especially on the ground level, a few more bushes. But I want to make that look like it's been cut out for the actual signal box itself. And I think that's come out really well. So on the opposite side, which is just full of junk at the moment, I'm going to do the same again. So it's going to be a complete cutting on that curve. And I think that'll look pretty good when that's done. On this bit at the end of the buffers there, I'm going to do like an inclining hill. So a bit of both, rock face and a bit of a hill there as well. I'll just show another angle. You can see from here, let's get down to ground. That's the signal box, and that'll be the line going around the corner there. If you take it from that side onwards, what I'm proposing this side is adding another block of Celotex here, letting that dry and cutting that out as rock face as well, and continuing that from there all the way around, where all the junk's piled up at the moment for all the projects I've been doing. Had a little problem here recently with the atmospheric conditions. This is a hard standing area for cement works, and I've had a little dribble of water unfortunately here, and it's blown one of the sides. I can fix this, not a problem at all. Cracks appeared. It's lifted part of the hard standing area up. I can repair this, but what's happened is underneath the painted area it's balsa wood, which I use as a material. Seems to be all right the rest of the side, but here it must have hit some water dripping. I think what's happened, we've had a lot of frost recently, and I think when it's thawed, it's come down off the roof there, off the metal beam where the screw is, and it's dribbled directly onto there. So I think what I'll do in the future, once I've repaired this, in the winter months I'll have to cover it up with a sheet or something, because I don't want the layout getting damaged. There's also a little bit of mould as well. I can wipe that off. There's just a few spots appearing. Didn't expect that. I think it's done the same down there a little bit as well. We're not as severe. So a few repairs there. So I said this part wasn't here last year, so it's not been through a winter yet. Just want to show the back scene here. There's a big gap between the old layout and the new, with the extensions taking place. This material here is just paper, and I've found I've had a slug or a snail in here. I think it was last year or year before. It's also going a bit discoloured. You can pick that up there, but looking very grubby. Whereas the other material's got like a plastic coating on it, much better. So I'm actually going to rip this out and replace it with exactly the same back scene, but with a more durable material. And I'm going to try and link it here as well, so it merges in as good as I can anyway. But looks fine on camera sometimes, but there's quite a few holes and things where the snails or slugs have ate it. Obviously I didn't cover these little vents before. They are now, so they shouldn't get in there, hopefully. But that's going to be replaced. It's exactly the same, but more of a tidier job. It's been there for a few years, so it's done the job, but I'm going to replace that shortly. Okay, just in the corner here there's a plot next to the level crossing, which was the old curve from the previous layout where it ended before I extended the garage. This house under construction from Embankment, really good. I had that from the old layout, but I'm thinking, shall I get rid of this and replace it with a gasometer, which I've seen from Modulux, which looks a superb model. Not sure. Give your comments. Shall I build around this as a little construction site, or put a gasometer there with like a walled fencing type thing as well? So could leave that there, or work around there with a house under construction, or replace it with a gasometer. Give me your comments which you would like to see. So it's a good kit, but I think the other one's even better, so wait and see. So that may have to be sold on eBay, I'm not sure yet.